Today I'm going to tell you how much money I have made over the past 10 years working for myself with my handmade laser cut jewelry business. So let's go down memory lane, well, more like a memory roller coaster, and you can see how much I've grown over the last 10 years, and hopefully you can learn something about maybe doing it a little faster for yourself. So let's go over the first 3 years, 2014, 15, and 16. I started with Etsy listings in May of 2014, and I was so pumped when I made my first 2 sales in July, so months later. Etsy was a totally different game back then. A lot has changed in the last 10 years. As the months went by, I kept making a few sales here and there, which was nice. I only had a few listings, really. And it was December of 2014 that I really thought maybe I'd have potential with this. It wasn't much, but it was a start. Now it's 2015. In January, I made a little bit of money again. Compare this to December of 2014, and I knew this was going to work. By the end of 2015, so my first full year of selling on Etsy, not really knowing what I was doing or what I was actually selling, I had made $18,068 in profit. So that was after expenses and everything. And I was still working part-time, so getting an extra $18,000 back in 2015 was amazing. I was pumped, and I took that energy into the next year. Now, by 2016, we had moved to a new town, and I was working part-time at a campground doing kind of office work and website stuff, which was awesome and really helped me out once I made my own website. But it was a pay cut, and not only did it give me more time to focus on the business, but I had to focus on the business if I was going to pay the bills. By this point too, beyond selling online, I was making a decent amount of money doing like conventions and craft shows. I think that's what really gave me the motivation, was these people coming to me in real life saying, "Oh, I love your stuff." And that's actually what helped me focus to just doing jewelry, because I was doing keychains and coasters and signs and all these things, but that's what really sold the best. So I knew I was really onto something there. You have to listen to your customers because they're the ones giving you all the money. I don't know exactly how much I made in 2016 because I couldn't find my tax records, but I was doing so good. By that summer, I actually had the crazy idea of opening my own store. I thought conventions were doing so good, like Comic-Cons and things like that were so fun. What if I made like a little store that was like going to a Comic-Con vending room pretty much whenever you wanted? And even though that business ended up kind of being a failure, at least during this entire time, I was still selling my handmade jewelry online and at conventions. And since that was the only thing making the money, I closed the store. All right, so I tried a lot of things in the first 3 years. Let's get into the next 3 years. Year 2017, 18, and 19. In 2017, I profited just over $52,000. It was a great year, but there was a bit of a twist. I had started selling on Amazon handmade. At the time, this was only about 2 years old. It was kind of hard to get into. I think the first time I tried, I got denied, and then the second time I got in, little did I know that was the beginning to something kind of huge. 2018, I took a bit of a dip. I think Etsy was starting to really change their algorithms and stuff, which made it feel like I was starting all over again. In 2019, I was able to bring the profits back up to around that $52,000 mark, which was great. And I was really gearing up to have 2020 be my best, most awesome year yet. It was supposed to be my year. All of my conventions were canceled. All of the toilet paper was gone, and all I could do was sell online. Then I had an idea for a design. Now let's play a game. Let's see if you can guess when I came up with those toilet paper earrings. I guess you're really good at saying But what's extra crazy is I made just as much on Amazon Handmade, which literally doubled my income. Now, 2020, for as great as it was, it really sucked. I lost a friend. My dad was diagnosed with cancer, and when he was going to get his operation, I couldn't visit him. I couldn't visit anybody, and we all had a really hard time with that. And even though I was making money, I still wish that year had gone a little bit differently, and I'm sure most of us do. You gotta have your almonds. Even though all these bad things were happening, I was able to save up enough money to buy a house. And that was maybe the most magical thing that could have happened from the worst year to have ever existed. Okay, actually off, break time's over. My total income after expenses for the year 2020 was $98,747. Holy moly. It's still crazy to me. All right, let's go over the last couple of years, year 2021 and 2022. All it took was 7 years of doing my best, being relentless, and learning as much as I could. And it continued to pay off. In 2021, I made about $107,000. In 2022, I made even more at about $128,000. And to be completely honest, it was too much. I think that whole kind of hustle culture almost turned me to the dark side. I had to remember, why was I really doing this? I didn't need to scale anymore. I was making more than enough money for our little family of 3. It really all hit me at once when my son had an accident at the end of the year that needed a surgery that actually resulted in needing many more surgeries throughout the year of 2023. And I was grateful I was able to store so much money away because my son's surgeries cost a lot in America. Who knew? Just so I don't leave you hanging, he's fine. His last surgery was January, very beginning of January this year, and he's good. He's done with physical therapy and he's up and running, so everything worked out. But it was a tough year and a half-ish. So having taken it down a notch in 2023, I made just under $100,000 last year, which I think I'm finding is my comfort zone. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually make even less this year because I cut out conventions altogether. I was just really assessing what was stressing me out, what was taking the most time, what had the least amount of payoff in the long run, and I can just do so much better for myself, my business, and my family. I've met hundreds of people over the years who have asked me, like, is this hard? Do you like doing this? Oh, this is so cool. I wish I could do something like this. And you can. If I can do it, oh geez, you can do it. Trust me. I'm super proud of every piece of jewelry I have ever sent out, and the positive feedback I've gotten over the years absolutely fills my happiness meter. Please let me know how your business journey is going so far. If you've gotten this far in the video, comment holy moly down in the comment section just so I know you made it this far. If you make laser cut thingies, please check out my website. I have helpful articles and a bunch of downloads on there. And go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so YouTube lets you know when I make more videos because you got enough going on, so that'll just automate it for you. Holy moly, chicken fazoli. I say that a lot.